Bhima didn't mean to insult the river. He was just so thirsty that even the gods would have understood. The sun was fierce, burning the back of his neck like a challenge. The forest air was thick, the kind that makes every breath feel earned. His brothers were somewhere ahead, and the path had been long enough to turn irritation into hunger. Bhima, strong as a storm, simple in his honesty, saw the river and felt relief crash through him. Water. Finally. He knelt at the bank, cupped his hands, drank once, and it wasn't enough. Not for him. Not for the appetite of a man who had carried exile like a boulder on his shoulders. So he drank again. And again. At first, it was just a warrior being excessive. Then it became something else, because the river began to drop. The current thinned like someone pulling a sheet away. Stones that had been hidden for years blinked in sunlight. Fish flopped in sudden shallows, bewildered. The sound changed, from the confident rush of a river to a desperate gurgle. Bhima didn't pause. He tilted his head back and drank as if the river were a cup. And then came the spectacle. The water level collapsed so quickly it looked unreal, like a curtain being yanked down. The riverbed opened, and beneath it, a city. Not ruins, not mud. A glittering Naga city bedded under the riverbed, luminous with jewels that caught the sun like trapped stars. Arches carved with serpent motifs, towers shaped like coiled guardians, streets that shimmered as if made from polished shell and pearl. Bhima froze, water dripping from his chin, eyes wide. From the shadows of that revealed world, movement. Nagas, serpent beings, majestic, ancient, their eyes bright with a cold kind of intelligence. They rose with anger rippling through them like venom. A Naga prince emerged, crowned with gems that looked stolen from midnight. Elders followed, their faces stern, their presence heavy with centuries. Their city had been hidden under flowing water for a reason, and Bhima had just exposed it like a secret ripped into daylight. The air tightened, not with ordinary fear, with the tension of two powerful beings meeting at the edge of a fence. Who dares? Their silence screamed. Bhima stood tall, shoulders squared, but even he felt it. This was not a battlefield he understood. These were not enemies you could simply wrestle into submission. Yet Bhima's heart was not malicious. He wasn't there to conquer. He was there because life had worn him down to a single need. The Naga prince's gaze hardened. Elders shifted, ready to curse, to strike, to pull him under where no human breath survives. And just when it seemed the riverbed would become Bhima's grave, something softer entered the moment. A recognition. They sensed his lineage, his dharma, the strange protection that follows certain souls like an unseen armor. The prince's anger didn't vanish, but it refined, turning from vengeance into judgment. Bhima spoke with the blunt truth only he could offer. Not excuses, not sweet words, just honesty. I was thirsty. And somehow, that plain humanity cut through the divine drama. Because even under a river, even in a city of serpents and jewels, the world still runs on simple things. Need, impulse, consequences. Then, like a snapped curtain, the river rushed back. Water surged into the exposed riverbed, swallowing the Naga city from sight. Streets vanished, towers disappeared. The glittering world folded under the surface again, hidden, protected, sealed. Bhima stepped back as the current returned to its rightful voice, as if nothing had happened. But everything had. Because Bhima learned what strength often forgets. You can be powerful enough to drink a river, and still be standing above mysteries you don't understand. So the wisdom of this story isn't, don't be strong. It's this. Before you take what you want from the world, remember, there may be a kingdom beneath it.